The latest on the government shutdowns. Give you a little hint. Buckle up, kiddos. It's going to be a long ride. We got a big launch for XRP happening today along with Solana. Juicy news. Capital J or lowercase j. Well, stick around and you're going to find out. I'm not going to tell you in the intro. We'll talk XRP, excellent price action, along with a little bit of baby mama drama between exchanges. Ooh, we got some juicy shit for you today.
I say lots of naughty things, so here's your warning.
Yes, tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, it's Guatemala versus El Salvador. Wonder why I have the jersey on. And remember, that's tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow. Bitcoin, 150... No. Your comments, they come first, right? You, the viewer, matter most. Bells, Beasts, Barber Spa, like the name, says, you're my favorite to watch daily. Well, thank you, ma'am. And 7% of you subscribed right now are female. So let's have some dudes hit the subscribe button and some chicks hit the subscribe button and see what the new percentage is. Yeah, let's try it. It's a game. Just the tip. Maggie Rock says, I got Dot and Adam below $3. Super deal. All right, I asked y'all, I'm going to keep asking y'all, what right now for you is proportionally cheap? Like where you're like, dude, this is a pretty fucking good deal here. Is 8 at 72 cents a good deal? I don't know. I'm not a big Charles fan. HBAR sub 20, not as juicy as we saw a few days ago when we all shit ourselves, but HBAR, right? 19.2 cents, still a deal, sub 20? I'm kind of wondering. XLM, 35 cents. Is that a deal? Let me know. Seriously, let me know down below. Altcoin season index, 39 out of 100. So BTC is doing what everyone... holding up okay compared to the rest of the market. I know. By the way, here's your last 30 days for altcoin season index, where we got up to 78 right here on September 19th. We're now, like I said, sitting at 39. Volume is $250 billion. For those of you that suck at fucking math, I'm sorry, but that is $250 billion there. I helped you out too. So again, hit the subscribe button if you suck at math and I just helped you out. Yeah, so $250 billion in volume right now. Market, that is still very, very high, okay? Not bonkers high like we saw during the meltdown, but for real, this is big. There is a lot of money being thrown around, a lot of volatility, and I think a lot of people out there thinking that what you're seeing up on the screen right now is discount out 5. All right, XRP news right off the bat. Oh, dang, Klaus, you helping us right off the bat? Fuck yeah, I am. America, Jumblies. CFTC regulated options on Solana and XRP are now live and trading today. We're going to follow this. We're going to see what happens volume-wise if this is anything juicy. Again, capital J, lowercase j. Michael J. Fox. I don't know. Blue Jays. There you go. That's kind of hot. We're going to find out. Honest opinion is this, okay? I think this is good for the news environment of XRP and Solana, right? Like it gets people talking about it. Will this bring direct price action to the coin? Most likely not. Most likely this is going to be like a nothing burger, but the difference with this nothing burger is you get to wash it down with a sugar-free iced tea. That would be known as an unsweetened iced tea for you northerners, okay? When you come to the south, you drink the sweet tea. Yeah, that's what that would be. So it would be a zero-calorie drink followed by, nothing burger. This is my thinking, price-wise. I still think it's good, though, for the ecosystem. Let's pay attention to the volume and see if maybe I'm wrong with this. Hyperliquid versus Binance. You are not the father. Drama unfolds in real time. Essentially, what's happening is Hyperliquid is coming out. And it's a gentleman named Jeffrey Yan. And basically what he's saying is, look, how Binance is reporting stuff is way off. In fact, what they're saying is that Binance is doing like packet losses. And essentially what that is, okay, let's imagine Binance has like 1 million customers. Okay, let's just make easy numbers here. And let's imagine that like when Binance reported like liquidations, they reported 100 customers got liquidated. Well, they're actually doing like 100 like clumps. There might be like 100 in each one of those because they're based on reports. So Binance is not necessarily reporting the number of people that have been liquidated, but reports that have been filed for liquidation. And the funny thing is Binance has a limit where only one is allowed to be recorded per second as a clump. So you could have 200, 300, 400 people liquidated in 1 second, but according to Binance's reports, that only counts as one, because they have a maximum of 1 per second. It's a weird reporting thing, okay? But essentially what that means is you and I looking at the market, you and I looking at liquidations, it's way worse than what we're seeing. Way worse. These people out here, all right, and Hyperliquid's coming out, Jeffrey Yann's coming out, they're saying that some of these estimates are probably off by 100-fold. That take whatever losses they're talking about reporting, multiply it by 100, sometimes 1,000 for some of these exchanges. As Hyperliquid has grown in prominence, Zhao has begun to promote a similar service called Aster, where Hyperliquid claimed to be a decentralized exchange on its own blockchain. Aster is a DEX on the blockchain, blah, blah, blah. Without naming Binance specifically, Yan criticized central exchanges for bundling thousands of liquidations into a single report. That's what I'm talking about, where it's not just like you think, well, Binance says there's 1 per second. Yeah, but that 1 second might have had like 3,000 people liquidated in it, but it's still, quote, 1 tick mark for that. Wild, isn't it? Then took the opportunity to dunk on his smaller competitor, retweeting the claim that Hyperliquid liquidated 90% of its users' longs versus Binance's more resilient 60% long liquidation. But the whole thing is we don't even know if those numbers are true. It goes back to like having like faith in the exchanges, and we do. We talk on this channel often. How do you get crypto to roar? Easy. Jumblies, chicks, what do you want to see? You want to see dudes like, you know, kind of like all like cut up abs and like the jean shorts and shit, like the cowboy boot? Look, I don't know. Ladies, text me down below, one of the 7%, okay? But the whole thing is like to get more people in, you need exchanges to be fair. And I've been spending a ton of time reading the comments because guess what? A ton of you are writing, bro, I placed my orders, I didn't get shit until like 2:30, or I couldn't even log in, or I was logged in, but everything on my stuff was flagged. I am seeing tons. In fact, my email box has had quite a few emails in there exactly regarding that. So, I don't know, can like we trust the numbers? Fuck no, we can't. You've got one exchange trying to throw shade at another. Could that be maybe because the one exchange wants to make money from getting volume from other exchanges? It's probably possible. I mean, this has to get cleaned up, all right? Exchanges are just an absolute mess. There's manipulation left and right. We know what happened with GameStop. We know what's happened with something on the stock market. We don't want similar in crypto. And we also don't want any, like, inside BS with this stuff. And honestly, when markets are open, you should be able to execute. What's the point if you put an order and you're sitting there and you can't log in, you're blocked because their service can't handle it? That's shit customer service too. We expect more. Government shutdown, museums, national zoos close as funding runs out. I wanted to share this because I'm giving you an update regards to the shutdown right now. And it sucks, by the way. The update sucks. So if you want to be depressed, just like listen for the next like maybe couple minutes. I could try to sugarcoat it and make it sound like something good is happening, but right now it just sucks. The deal is this. The Senate is set to return on Tuesday with another possible vote. So obviously today ain't shit gonna happen. So you don't have anything going on with it. They're very far apart. Funding bill, it's a temporary one all the way through November 21st. Passed the House. It's in the Senate right now. And you got both sides basically not bending at all. So now you're seeing zoos, national parks, and shit like that close down. Who gets hurt during that? Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's A, the workers. B, the cities where that stuff is held in. Because think, I've gone to DC plenty of times and visited the Smithsonian. I've visited tons of things in DC, and when I've gone there, guess what I did? I spent money at restaurants, at like bodegas, I'm not going to mention it on here, but I've spent plenty of money every time I've gone to DC to like hang out in the city. So now that the shit is closed, you're going to get what? Less people in there. So again, who's getting hurt? It's the people. It's the businesses around these parks. Any businesses connected. Think, if there was a restaurant across the street from a federal building, guess what? That restaurant ain't making as much money anymore because the people at the federal building probably aren't working right now. So that restaurant loses. The people lose. That restaurant loses. Now what happens? Well, they got to cut hours for work, right? Or Jenny and Samantha got to go. So how do you want to look at this? Government shutdown is going to be extended. Here you go. Republican Speaker Mike Johnson predicted Monday the federal government shutdown may become the longest in history, saying he won't negotiate with the Democrats until they pause on their health care demands and reopen. Yo. The longest in history? I mean, you're talking now that this going like well into November. So now we're sitting here. Oh, and by the way, here's your longest shutdown. 35 days in 2019 with Trump and the wall thing. So if they're talking about this could go longer than that, I mean, dude, come on. Come on. And again, the people get hurt. Is XLM a discount at 35 cents? I mean, honestly, let me know. I mean, you zoom out to the month, you're like, okay. You zoom out to the year and you're like, I don't know. I mean, we had a little bit of action back here. But then this was a new level of action because this was after crypto week, right? It's like Shark Week, but for crypto people. And I'm sitting here going, God, you know, I'm still seeing like a little downward movement here. The volume is decent here as of late. 364 million with XLM is a good amount. But is XLM a good price right here? Is XRP a good price right here? I mean, 262. I mean, it's getting close to where it was before the Melteroni down, like the 280 mark. 270. I mean, it's getting closer. So is it a discount here, or was the discount more sub 250? Are we going to bounce around this part? I mean, if we're talking government shutdown lasting longer than 35 days, I hope y'all got a whole bunch of cool shit on Netflix that you're going to watch, because guess what? You're going to be hearing about a lot of poop outside of there. I don't know. This is good. 35 days does what? Just to throw it out there. Math people. Right now is the 13th. XRP ETFs would be set to go on the 18th to 25th of October. Well, that would be delayed. Like, okay, that kind of sucks. That pushes regs out way further. And here's the problem with the regs part. Want to know the worst part? That bill that they're working on right now where they're trying to get people to negotiate, that's just to fund the government to November 21st. So then we get to do this fucking shit all over again. Yeah, you're not getting any sort of reg talk again, are you? No, because the same fucking people are going to be up on the hill beating their meatolas about what? About, oh, government spending, budgets, and shutdowns, and all that stuff. So, like, you have to ask yourself, if this is going to go all the way through into November, okay? And then the temporary bill was set to get us funded through November 21st. That means what? Government would be open for 3 weeks to then shut down again? Yo, we ain't getting regs then at all in the month of November. This is kind of what's happening right now. And what you're noticing is the market is starting to price this in a bit. Yeah, there was some shenanigans with the exchanges. No one's going to fucking doubt that. I don't trust Binance. I don't trust any of them people. I've watched how many people, FTX, Alex Mashinsky, all the people from 3 Arrows and Babel, the people that are on the frickin', $20 million boats right now because they screwed the exchange and tanked it. Like, the exchanges you just don't trust. They're in it to make money. You don't come first. You're not a viewer. You're a target for them. Here, you're a viewer. You come first. So that's where you get in-depth news. But right now, the markets are looking at this going, no, this isn't just the exchanges. This is also the possibility that we might have, a delay in shit. A delay in the regs here would suck. Rate cuts would still be okay because guess what? That's private. We don't have to worry about that. But the regs, we would have to worry about. The ETFs, we would have to worry about. So is this a discount at 262 for XRP? XLM at 35 cents? I mean, Bitcoin's at 115. That's ETH at 42. BNB at 1270. Fuck Binance. And some of you might be sitting there going, bro, you're looking too far into this. We're going to stay on schedule. Well, we're not going to stay on schedule for this month, sure as shit. And you really have to ask yourself, if both sides are not willing to work with each other, that wipes out October, that wipes out November, right? Because that's when that temporary spending bill would end, November 21st, the one that they're arguing on now. So, I'm just throwing it out there. So we then look at what? Another shutdown in November? Are they going to drag that one out super long? That wouldn't be good for the holiday season. You know how many people are employed by the United States government? A ton. And if all of a sudden, like, these people aren't earning checkolas, you got a big problem. And guess what? That also means shit's not getting done. So as business goes on in the private world, so you and I still live our lives, people are still filing new ETFs. They're filing their documents here. These are pretend ETF documents. They're like, hi, I'm filing for my dong is really big, and when I walk into a room, it's like this. That's the ETF that they're filing for. And the problem is those are just going to go in like an inbox and just like sit there. Or after a while, that inbox is just going to get shut off. And then what's going to happen? Well, things are just going to get delayed even longer. Well, they're going to get delayed even longer anyways because the freaking government shutdown. So, yeah, you got that. Rate cuts, I don't know. You're kind of saying, hey, we're going to cut it another quarter, which we're definitely going to get, okay? We're going to get another quarter at the end of this month. We're cutting it a quarter, but we fucked up the economy. Like Jerome did, not we did good. But Jerome really screwed it up by leaving rates too high. So, yeah, cool, you're getting a benefit by that quarter, but since the economy is ball suckage, benefit and balls equal out to what? Friend zone, nothing. You see what I mean? So now you're looking at this going, well, shit, we just may have lost the juice on Jerome's freaking cuts. Either way, that's your crypto roundup. Tomorrow is Guatemala and El Salvador. Ooh, my boys are coming in the room right here. Oh, hamming it off. What's up, big guy? Doggy interruption. Hi, sweet girl. How are you guys doing? Well, hello. Yeah, I'll always interrupt the news for you, buddy. Hi. Oh, don't sneeze at me, weirdo. Oh, I love you too. Yeah, you're such a big boy. Yeah. Well, that's the news. I'm gonna go play with the dogs. Choo choo what? Choo choo doggies and choo choo.